it's Nancy, but she's got yarn. How's everyone doing this morning? I am going to make a cup of coffee while we chat. I want to talk a little bit about my cardigan. I've got the back panel and the front panel, and I'm going to release a video Friday on how to put it together, and we'll start other parts of the cardigan. I'm excited. Can you guys see me? Yeah, you can see me. I love these hangers. They really help me. I use them for all kinds of stuff. But today I have a 1:15 doctor's appointment. So I need to get my fanny in gear. But I want to have one more cup of coffee, and I figured I'd do a video before I went to Gainesville. And if I manage to stop by a place that sells yarn, I'll go by my Michaels. My Michaels is very disappointing. They do have a couple of the new yarns, but for the most part, nothing's changed. But maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I gotta put this thing on. There we go. I had it on wrong. There. I would rather have a pot of coffee than make a cup every time I want to drink coffee. I don't know. I'm impatient, I think. But hey, beautiful. She's sleeping on the bed over there. She makes sure mommy's in the same room. She's so stinking cute, y'all. I can't turn you around. This hole, I put my clothes out in that building. My dad leaves that door open. I think a moth did that. Yeah, I haven't checked the rest of my clothes, but that stinks. This is a pink shirt. I love my pink shirts. I got this with Charm Grammy. So maybe I can patch it. I sleep in it. Not a big deal, but it does bother me that there's a hole in it. And I hope there's not a hole in anything else. There was about 6 shirts I hung out there as I was loading my truck with stuff. I don't know. From the house. So, but something I did with the front panels, and why I did it. I didn't put it in the tutorial, but I started with double crochets on the first row. So my panel is going to be only one row shorter than the back. It's supposed to be 2 rows shorter than the back panel. I should have started out with the trebles, but I did the other panel that way, and I was halfway through, and I'm like, I'm not starting over. No, I'm the frog queen, and I'm not frogging. As long as I explain it to you guys, and you guys can make your front panel match your back panel, or you can make it a little bit shorter. I think it kind of looks cool when it's a little bit shorter. Okay. And see, I started with the treble, and I accidentally did double, but I'm not starting over. But I taught you guys this way. So that's all that matters, right? Well, you see the elephant in the room? I got a mic. Can you hear me? You better. I'm not buying any more. Anywho. Yep, and I've had fun connecting it and learning how the troubleshooting it, the pros and cons. So last night after my live, I tore this place apart looking for that black remote right there. That is one of my biggest battles. I put things down and I don't, it's like, why would I put them in the places I put them? But anyways, I found it in my leopard bag, which I just store all my yarn in. There's no projects really in it. A lot of new premier yarns. And I was trying to figure out how to work the variegated yarn. It's just, it's sporadic. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Oh, what's this and this? Because this yarn I bought to do boggy blankets, and you guys know I do. I start a lot of boggy blankets, but I always end up finishing them to deliver them to boggy. But I want to show you something. Oh, one of these days. Oh, that's my mic. I hope you guys can hear me. I gotta be careful. Okay. I'm gonna be mad if you can't hear me through this video. Anyways, I'll stop it and restart it and check it. But this yarn here, I felt the best color to match it would be there. And break it up, because the way the colors are, they're very short. Very short. So we're gonna see how it looks. I'm either gonna do the ripple. There's a couple patterns. Juan did one tutorial, Jaxi did the marshmallow kisses. So I started a marshmallow kisses with this color, then I'm gonna do the white and then the variegated and then the white, and we'll see. And it got frog, dag nabbit. The first part of this is the hardest thing. And I'm looking for my hook bag. Here it is. Oh, I found my blue bag. I was missing a bag of hooks. I put every size I use in several different bags because I misplace things. I'm so absent-minded. Well, I'm on the go, right? And I was like really organized, and then I started getting unorganized. You know, just like yesterday, the shelf fell. It was a nightmare in that room, and I had to take all my clothes off the hang, that was hung up. Uh, Anyways, 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm organizing my closet. Yeah, I couldn't stand it. Wait, those are trebles. I got yarn barf here. These skeins get worse and worse, and it doesn't matter what brand it is. You can't win for losing. I feel I'm constantly wasting time untangling yarn barf. I guess I could. I have a gadget I bought at Michael's that oops, I got a chain too because that's a corner. That you can pull from the outside, and then I have my hanging spindles. I need to bring those. I just didn't think I had enough room for them here, and I'm gonna have to bring them because I actually enjoy using those. Less fighting with yarn. Really? This is so stupid. This came out of the skein this way, and I gotta fight tangles. Makes me want to just cut the yarn and throw it away. I'll only spend so much time on it. I came on here to show you my frustrations. I feel like if she's not tangling my yarn, it's bought that way. I don't know. You guys need to find another. I don't know if they've. I don't know what they've done. There's this yarn I have in my yarn room. I haven't used it because every skein I ever open, it's awful. And it's beautiful yarn. I made one top. It's a Burnett yarn, but it's an acrylic yarn. It's not a blanket yarn. Forgot the name of it. I still have some of it, but nice yarn, but it loves to tangle up on itself, and there's parts of the skein you have to throw away. Well, I didn't try pulling from the outside. That was before they had the spindles you could hang the yarn, so, or, you know, that I knew that they made gadgets. I got a loops and thread gadget that I got to put together that the skeins can sit on, and it sits on the ground. And then I have some that are elevated. This is ridiculous. I mean, and it's not just one brand. All of them do it. I wonder if there's a new machine that they've made, and it, you know, I just don't know. This is ridiculous. There. We're not out of the woods yet. We got the doubled up piece here. Yeah, I know you want to tangle up, don't you? Oh, it didn't tangle. Hot diggity dog. Yeah. And even this ball winder, I've got to adjust the arm that swings. I think I have it up a little too high. I need to adjust it just a hair down a little bit. But it was hitting the bar when I would come around, so I moved it up. I think I moved it up a little too high. So it's going to affect how it cakes up. The cakes aren't perfect. I want perfect cakes. But anyways, this is the Marshmallow Kisses. The tutorial was done by Jaxi over at Creation by Jax. This, y'all, this pattern, most of you know who Jaxi is, and most of you know this pattern. A lot of you are familiar with my Boggy Blanket, but for the newbies, Creation by Jax, it's Marshmallow Kisses. I've got another whip, the Gator whip. I'll share with you in just a minute to show you what this looks like worked up with 3 colors. But the creator, the designer is Mama Swift, and she also has a channel. She does every Thursday, she draws a number for a crochet along, and this crochet along stems back probably 8 or 9 seasons. I don't know. This is luck of the draw, what, 10? Or I don't know. I can't keep up, y'all. But if you want to participate in luck of the draw, you pick like 5 colors, and then every Thursday, Trish, which is her channel's Mama Swift, she'll pick a color, and then you number your colors, and then you have one contrast color. I'm using this pattern for luck of the draw, but I'm also doing side stuff for friends and stuff for Boggy. But it is, the luck of the draw is a Boggy Boggy inspired. So you might want to check those two. I will. Let me write it down. Link both of their channels. Jaxi's doing the she's doing the marshmallow kisses, and the designer is Mama Swift, and it's also well, this new luck of the draw is like after it's finished, they start a new pattern. There's another pattern. The designer is Mama Swift also. It's Ripple in the Creek. I think that's the one they're doing right now. And Juan, the yarn addict, also, he did the tutorial for that. They did amazing jobs. They're doing it all for Boggy, Camp Boggy, because we're raising blankets for the sick kids. And if you guys aren't part of that and you want to be a part of making blankets for a camp in Florida for sick kids, it's Camp Boggy Creek. Every Wednesday night we do a live and we talk about it. You can go back and, put in Boggy Camp Boggy, and you can see some of our videos of deliveries of the blankets, and also in the videos when I deliver, the camp coordinator explains all about Camp Boggy. It's a camp that was founded by Paul Newman. Kids with all types of serious illnesses, life-threatening illnesses, get to go free. And every week there's a new camp, and it's a specific diagnosis, a child with a certain illness, and all the kids there have the same illness, and they get to, I don't know, share and experience things that they never would have, because most kids that are sick can't go to camp. This camp has a hospital, and it staffs volunteer doctors and volunteer nurses, and it's incredible. And you guys, it's a good cause. Yeah, if you're new here and you're not familiar with it, go check out some of our videos. Camp Boggy, they have a YouTube channel also. We don't just do blankets, we raise money. Miss Billie, the Crafty Floridian, she's doing a fundraiser for Camp Boggy because they're needing more. They asked that if we could try to raise money also, not just blankets. We raised over 3,000 blankets this past season. This year, we're hoping we meet that or beat it. I'm grateful for every blanket that you guys send. I have there's a bunch of us that are a part of it. Me, Charm Grammy, that's Lynette, Nina's Knots Crochet. I couldn't do it without them. Miss Billie, Crafty Floridian, Juan, the Yarn Addict. Juan delivered blankets to Florida this past year, this year, and he's not going to deliver them. The cost was really expensive to deliver all those blankets, and I'm just ever so grateful. But this year he's focusing on taking care of his mom, and his channel. He's a fast-growing YouTube channel, and congratulations, Juan! You hit 50K. I'm so proud of you. I hope you're watching. And but he's focusing on his channel. He's an amazing creator, a designer. He also works a full-time job. He works probably 60 hours. I mean, he's very dedicated, but he also, I don't know if the man sleeps. I don't know how he does it, but he does tutorials, he designs, he does lives every day. And so he stepped back as far as getting on our lives and stuff, but he still promotes Camp Boggy and making blankets and designing blankets for Camp Boggy. And I'm so grateful for his participation in this. This was just started out a couple blankets for the camp, and you guys here on YouTube made it possible to blow up and make blankets for all the children that go to camp. So, and we're not the only people that make blankets. There are other people. We make tumbleweeds. Miss Billie's collecting tumbleweeds. If you want to know more about the tumbleweeds, watch us on Wednesday nights. When we'll start collecting blankets again in August, we deliver them in January. We'll share all the people send the blankets to me, and I share all the blankets that people send in, and then I will deliver them to Camp Boggy because I live here in Florida. A lot of people think it's a lot of work. It's not a lot of work. It's just dedication. And it's something that I'm retired. It's something that is important to me. And I'm here for as long as I'm capable of doing this. So, but I'm very grateful I couldn't do it without my YouTube family. And any newcomers, you guys are welcome. All blankets are welcome, but there are specific sizes. It's here we go again. I have it in my description box. You can't be bigger than 40 wide and 50 long. You can make it 40 by 40, 40 by 50, but anything bigger than that, the kids will not take the blanket home. It'll stay at the camp and be used for staff. And they have condos for the staff to stay in. But yeah, so they have like a small hospital there. Kids on machines can go to camp and go swimming. I mean, kids that can't walk and have machines helping them breathe can actually get in the water because the camp is that accommodating. It's incredible. You guys go watch the videos if you haven't. It's been a lot of fun and it's very rewarding for me and the girls that help me. And some people are in the background that you don't see in their YouTube channels, content creators. We have ladies now that are designing blankets with characters on them. We have a new and it's either Annette or Antoinette. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that properly. She'll correct me in the next video. I think it's Annette, but she's creating a lot of blankets also, besides Jaxi, Juan, and Mama Swift. There's a whole realm over in Canada. My Precious Yarnery, she's created many blankets for the Camp Boggy, and there is a list of the blankets that have been created for Camp Boggy on Charm Grammy's channel. Just email Camp. I think I have the email in my description box. Email, and they'll send you a link to that. I've got a lot of stuff going on in my world, so some of the administrative stuff, Lynette and Nina and Miss Billie, they're much better at it. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. But anyways, I will always be here for Camp Boggy and make blankets and collect them for anybody. And you know, I have one friend that created, I think she makes a blanket a day, and she lives in my area, and she delivers them to my house, and her daughter-in-law makes tumbleweeds. Tumbleweeds is like a pom-pom made out of yarn, and it's a necklace, and all the kids get one. And if they see somebody do something kind, they take they take it off their pom-pom and they tie it on that person's necklace. And the whole goal is to fill up your necklace of all the kindness that you did at camp. And that's the theme of that camp, is kindness. And the world needs a lot more of it. Definitely. So, but yeah, I didn't realize I was going to talk about Camp Boggy so much. I need to talk about it more and more because we're getting closer. August, we're going to start collecting blankets, and we're in July. Yeah, my baby's going to be 42 on the 24th. I can't believe I have a 40-year-old, much less a 42-year-old. Where's the time gone? You know, my dad was telling me something about, you're only 60. And I'm like, yeah, it's climbing. That makes you only 80 climbing. But I'm 61. I'll be 62 this year. Yeah, in a couple months. So I can't believe it. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, it's insane. But oh, I wanted to show you. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do with this. So this is just pastime whips. You guys know how I am. It helps my ADHD to serial whip starting. Is that the word? I'm a serial whipper. I'm a whippersnapper. We should have it whippersnapper day. instead of whipping, like Juan has whip it with Juan or Juan, something like that. So whippersnapper Nans. Hold on. Did I hear that sweet little Juan? She has the cutest little. Oh. This is Marshmallow Kisses. Is that not gorgeous? That is the one, creation by Jax. She will show you in a tutorial. Designer again, Trishy. I love her yawn. Okay, and then we have, I'm behind on a couple things. I'm doing Juan's crochet along. And, oh, where's that other whip? Here it is. What is today? Well, just Whippersnapper Thursday. Who knows? Nancy's not organized. Okay, and then the other project I'm doing, I'm behind. It's the Luck of the Draw one. But these are my colors. This is Ripples in the Creek. This is a tutorial on Juan's channel, and I know probably every one of you know Juan and are probably subscribed to his channel. He's incredible. But is that not pretty? Look at that stitch. And it's really easy. Any beginner can do it. And this is also another one. This is Ripple in the Creek. Isn't that pretty? And the yarn I'm using here is, it's that yarn that bought, it's Lion Brand. It's like their ombre. I forgot the name of it. Someone's eating all my ball bands. And I use the slide out, the shelving. When the slide out comes out, it leaves a gap, and I'm hiding. I can't leave yarn down. She's terrible if it's not in a bag. But yeah, this is almost ready. But I love these last two patterns a lot. And I picked bright neon colors and white as a contrast. Now, interesting enough, we have I think she's a pretty new subscriber. She came from Juan's channel. Her name is Donna. She lives in New York, and she did something really cool, y'all. And most of you know about her probably, but some of you don't. She wanted to do something for the kids at Camp Boggy, and she does a lot of stuff for a lot of people. I think they cook dinner for a house of men that are in recovery, they call them halfway houses here in Florida. I don't know what they call them there, but men that are recovering from drug addiction, and they take dinner over to the house to feed everybody once a week, which I think is so kind and so wonderful. But she wanted to do something for the kids. And so what she did was she invited 20 friends over for wine and snacks. Strawberry fruit, fruit dishes, whatever, kind of like what we do here in Florida on game day, all kinds of finger food, I guess you would call it. But you don't even have to do that, you know. But anyway, she invited 20 women. She said they were going to make tumbleweeds. She was going to teach them how to make tumbleweeds. And I will try to insert a picture. She sent me some pictures. But anyways, she only spent an hour with these ladies. She made like, they had wine and finger food, and it was $10 a person. They had to put $10 in a dish, and they could donate additional money if they wanted to. And they were to make tumbleweeds in an hour. She taught everybody how to do it. She had a girlfriend that helped her, so there was two of them helping, and her sister was helping. She had kind of a funny story about her sister. You can go back and watch the live if you want to. But anyways, they made over 220 tumbleweeds in an hour. Is that not incredible? And she raised $220. Isn't that not crazy? That was amazing. So it's an idea. If you want to participate in Boggy, if you got friends, get together, get your scrap yarn together, sit around the table and tell everybody, $10 to have fun. and sit and have wine or soda or coffee. I mean, what a great story. I don't have 20 girlfriends except on YouTube. I don't have 20 girlfriends that live near me. So, yeah, I'm not that type of social butterfly. Or, you could, if you're a school teacher or know a school teacher, and say you want to do something, your kids to do something really cool, and donate yarn to a classroom, an art classroom, and make a bunch of tumbleweeds. Teach these kids. There's a tutorial on Boggy Camp Boggy tumbleweeds. Um, you could go in your little hourglass and say Boggy Camp tumbleweeds, and a tutorial will come up. I guarantee you. Everything comes up, from fixing a washing machine to, I mean, I fixed my dryer from watching a video on YouTube. So, but yeah, it was really kind of Donna, and she sparked something new for us to do, to be a part of it. Raise money on top of, get rid of your extra scrap yarn, and do it in a great way, a kind way. It goes to kids and teaches them kindness. So it's really a cool idea. And I hope Kimmy over at Camp Boggy, she's my fun queen over there. That's my security cameras at the house. The lawn man's there. Every time we go drives by a camera, it goes off. I don't want to turn my phone off. Put it to sleep. Maybe it'll stop doing that. Um, but yeah, kind of got lost in the stories. I hope you guys enjoyed that story. I really enjoyed that. Donna had emailed me, and I was surprised to see her. Nina invited her up. Well, Nina was the host. Ah, my life has been a little crazy, and I know my videos haven't been the best, but I am who I am. And I'm going to drag you through every chapter of my life as long as I'm here, right? So I got a trailer sitting out there with building material. Hopefully they will start. I got my doors and my windows. Um, I don't have them here, but I've communicated with the right people at the shop and told them to talk to my son-in-law to get measurements, because he's going to frame out the window. He's got to frame out the window, so we need to know. And what I'm getting is, we get a lot of return, not a lot, but we have overstock returns, kind of like yard sale stuff that's already been bought and paid for. It's just sitting in the shop. It was returned. It was a loss, basically. So, we usually sell them really cheap, kind of do a warehouse yard sale. People walk in, hey, I need a window, for a shed or all kinds of stuff. We've eaten $6,000 sliding glass door. I had a salesman order a door the wrong size, and it was $6,000. I had to eat it. Yeah. So, but we'll find a place. We'll just sell it for hopefully for what we paid for it, or won't have to eat all of it. It all depends. But I remember seeing those around the shop for a really long time. The last time we moved, I don't know. I haven't seen them since we moved. They may be in the warehouse still. Who knows? Hopefully they're not. They're beautiful, wood framed. They're beautiful. They were custom. But yeah, so um, there's been a little bit of a change in plans as far as building. My son-in-law had a conversation with me, and he really he keyed on some really important points. He's like, you want to build behind your mom. He goes, I get it. He said, but what are you going to do with that house when your parents are gone? And I'm like, I don't know, rent it. I don't know. And he's like, so you want strangers in your backyard? I'm like, no. He goes, think about it. And I'm like, you're right. He says, what you need to do, he says, whoever goes first, I mean, I'm not sitting here waiting for my parents to die. That's morbid. But you guys know my dad has cancer. His cancer came back. Hopefully it's not with vengeance. Hopefully we can get it under control again. He's got to have surgery, I think, in September. Um, but I'm here for the long haul. And, you know, this is the plan that maybe I haven't talked to my parents, but I don't know. When I sell my house, maybe I'll just remodel my parents' house and add a spot for me in there and just redo everything if they let me do it. That's kind of the plan. I haven't talked to them about it yet, but David's like, "What? Why would you want to just let you don't you want to you're gonna want to move in that house one day." So I'm not in a hurry. I'm comfortable here in my camper. Um, I'm gonna hopefully use my shop. My dad will let me use this little corner shop. It's a little bit bigger than the building that I'm getting, I believe. I don't know. No, it might be a little bit longer. I don't know. But anyways, um, I'm gonna make the best of it. I'm gonna insulate the building and maybe make it a little studio. I don't know. Um, Tim's gonna move back in the house. I'm not gonna get in a rush, and I'm just gonna stay here. I like it here. I don't want to be at that house. Even if we were ever consider getting back together, I don't want to live in that house. I don't know. That's how I feel today. I don't know. But he hasn't moved in it yet. He's got to get out of his lease, and he hasn't told me if he was. I need to ask him if have you been able to get out of. Were you able to get out of your lease? So hopefully that way he can start paying my electric bill. The electric bill is outrageous, and I'm not there. Nothing's really on. When I go back, I'm gonna try to figure out where the water heater is. I'm gonna shut the water heater off. I'm gonna shut a bunch of stuff off. I want to empty the refrigerator and the freezers and shut them off. Anything that can pull power. The only thing I really need power for is the swimming pool. And I don't want to turn the air off completely because I don't want my yarn to get, to get a funky smell. So I want to keep the air cool, somewhat cool, just not hot. So I have the thermostat on 80. It's not really cold, but it's better than 100 degrees, right? But my house is well insulated. We paid a lot of money to have it insulated, the main part of the house, especially. And then where the garage is, we paid extra to have insulation blown into the attic there, except around the door and where we have some plywood up there where we store records and Christmas stuff, that kind of stuff. Anyways, I forgot where I was. I'm sorry. My husband started texting me. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm going to leave it at that. I forgot where I was. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. I love you all. And again, thank you everybody who has participated in the Boggy Blanket Brigade. It has been just incredibly successful. And I'm going to miss Juan. And I hope we can get numbers up. Yeah. He's still supporting us. Anyways, I love you all, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Mwah.